Audio Hydration, we back. Podcast segment.
When I first woke up, I was with my friend, right? I was over hanging with my friend. And
Right, chilling.
chilling. I seen that. You sent it to me. I'm like, what the heck? So I'm like, what did this dude say? I'm like, okay, what did Chris Rock say? So I'm like, you know what, before I really give my own thoughts, after I watched a little clip, everybody talking about it. So I'm like, let me watch Breakfast Club and see what they say. Got connections. They probably know Will. They celebrities. They've been around him. Bruh,
Right.
the more I thought about the thing, and then I'm hearing people saying, oh, he's defending his wife, and then one girl, I had a motto I was talking about. She was like, listening to her about it. She was like, he was defending. I would want my man to defend me. I understood that, but then I thought about it more. I'm like, hold on, wait. Chris Rock is a comedian, okay? And then the joke of the GI Jane thing, like it was like a deeper underlying joke because I feel like the actress actually cheated on Whoop Whoop. So basically, he was making a joke about their relationship. And I'm like, okay, he's a comedian. He's been doing this for years. Comedians say things that they make people feel uncomfortable, and I'm pretty sure Will is Will. And I'm sitting there like, so you went up there, you slapped the comedian that was doing his job, all because he made your wife uncomfortable of a little joke, bro. You look crazy. I'm not slapping no dude like in the Oscars just because he said a joke about my wife that messed around with my son's friend. Then you got me feeling inadequate to a dead rapper, and I'm the dude that made rappers even. I'm the dude that made it possible for rappers to do the acting and stuff. I'm that nigga. I made you. Tupac made her, and Will made him. Will made her.
Okay,
So
okay.
I'm
Okay,
like,
all right,
bro.
clarify that.
I'm like, hold on, bro. She really got and it pisses me off. I'm like, I don't know if this is staged, if this whole controversy since the beginning of him looking crazy was all planned so they could just be relevant because it's getting crazy at this point. Or I don't know, man. Like, what do you think? Because I feel like she just controlling this thing. It looks crazy, bro. He looks crazy. Like, don't don't keep your money in my like. Well, you talking to Chris Rock, a comedian? Come on, bro. And 9 times 10, if that was like any other comedian, because I know they asked other comedians, if that was like Mike Epps or Kevin Hart or like what was another one I thought like even a white comedian, you think he would have went out there and slapped one of them? And then I'm also thinking, well, on the other side, let me play devil's advocate. Maybe he had a conversation with Chris Rock, or maybe Chris Rock knows something, or he just feel like, okay, you my homie, you really around, you shouldn't even make a joke like that. But still, bro, like that, I don't know, Chris. Like, what's your take? That's how I see it. 'Cause, like, that's just the crazy side. A lot of people agree with me. I haven't seen it, but like, that's just crazy.
Okay. Well, my take is this. I just feel like I don't know. I'm gonna say this. To me personally, it was kind of weird. Like, I mean, trust me, I understand that Will is, not just some fan. But I mean, the way that they just walked up and let him slap him, like, I mean, security didn't even get involved. Like, I'm kind of like, okay, that's kind of weird. But Will is Will. But to me, I feel like the overarching issue is that this whole entanglement thing has just grown legs at this point, and they tired of being a joke, both of them,
Yeah,
because that's what it is. Because there was some award show, I can't think of it, but it was some other type of acting Academy Award show, maybe about 2 3 weeks ago or something, and the actress what's her name, Laverne Cox, the one that was on Orange is the New Black, I think that's the
mm-hmm.
show she was on. Like, what am I trying to say? Like, she had brought up the whole entanglement thing on the red carpet, and they just kind of played it off, but you could tell that they was kind of pissed off that she brought it up. Like, why would you bring that up? Like, this ain't the place. They just laughed it off, but you could tell kind of on the
Right,
inside that they was kind of like, why would you, like, what the fuck? Like, why would they
right.
bring
See,
why would you bring that up?
but this the problem is they tired of it. If they tired of it, y'all got to go publicly and let people know that. But the problem is, even doing that, people not gonna stop. You're a celebrity, and Will, I'm sorry, like she got you looking crazy. People really not gonna stop until I feel like stop. I mean, until he stops acting. Until he started making the right decision in these situations, man. It's always a situation where
What do you mean by that?
what I mean by it is like he every time it's like he get it's like it's out for him to look crazy. From the show they did, from her talking to Tupac. Like in those situations, it's almost like he can't um it really wasn't too much he could have did, you know. But this situation, bro, like it's like really Chris Rock, you're gonna go up there and try to act man to man with a comedian that's been doing it for years and pretty much has said a lot of jokes over the years that made people feel uncomfortable. Now, if that was Dave Chappelle, do you think he would have hit Dave Chappelle, a man that's known for doing that?
I don't know. Listen, that's been the debate online.
He
It's
not
like,
gonna do that with certain other people. He doing it with Chris
people
Rock.
people been saying that he did it to him because he felt like he could, get it off on
He could get it off, but also I've also think like, yo, this dude, like he could, uh, Chris Rock might be somebody close to him, and he might feel like he shouldn't have been joking like that. Now, if that's the case, Will, you was kind of on the right, you know. And then I seen things like, oh, like they post a screenshot. There's like I watched it, like he would look at his wife, at Jada, and if she wasn't smiling, he wasn't smiling. If he wasn't clapping, I'm like, you know, basically saying like, oh, he moving like a woman, like how women do. They check, you know. So I'm like, dang, is it really like
I
that? So I
don't
might have to
know.
really got to go look at
I
the playback,
I
the
don't
tape. I
I
just feel like he
don't
looked
know.
crazy.
I don't know if I would say all that, but it's just like, listen, this entanglement thing, it really messed them both up. Both of them, it really got both of them. Like I mean, for years people were saying that Jada and that Will love and all type of stuff. They were the goals before goals was even a thing, you know. And then I mean, I just feel like that whole entanglement thing just really backfired on them because um I don't know. I feel like people held them in a certain light, and that's not right because they human too. But I mean, a lot of people always look at, oh my goodness, if their relationship fall apart, and all it is, then what's the hope for me? Like, I mean,
Yeah, yeah,
they were
yeah.
they were they were they were always the ones that people could say, oh man, so and so broke up with,
They were the
Will
power
Will
couple.
Will and
They were,
Jada,
yeah, like you said,
to
they were Bagos
the power
before.
black couple, the
Yeah,
power the power
before
black
the Jay
couple.
Z and Beyonce shit. Like, yeah, they were that.
Beyonce, yeah, Beyonce, yeah.
So yeah, Will, man, I don't.
It's a complicated situation because I mean, listen, man, I'm not mad at him sticking up for his wife. If that's what he
Hmm.
felt like should have been done, like I mean, listen, I didn't watch the show, but
I ain't either.
but from my from my understanding, there was no warning. Like he just went up there and slapped him. He didn't say like, "Bruh, chill" first, because I mean, I feel like if he would have been like, "Yo, bruh, chill," chill on the jokes, that Chris Rock would have dropped it. He wouldn't have kept on pushing the buttons. He would have been like, "Okay, all right, I'm
Mm.
just gonna move on."
Oh, I gotta say, when I was watching Breakfast Club, they someone had said, Will, he's so humble and he's been his life. How he grew up and stuff. Women, he kind of felt like he basically said, I think it was Charlamagne that said that he heard Will say or he, I don't know if he heard it, maybe he read it. I think he was talking a book. Yeah, in the book Will had
Oh,
in the book
okay.
Will had. I didn't read that book. He basically said in the book Will said he sometimes he has felt less of a man. You know what I'm saying? And he could have said this could have been one of them points where like he felt like he maybe had to show that, you know. But my thing is, Will, you don't have to show a woman that. And I've been like that's a lot of guys that's been through that situation where like, you know how some people like they break up people that they shouldn't be with them and they just miss them, they give them chances and stuff. I've been through there, but
Right,
like
right.
you're a star and you're publicly getting put out there, so Will, you have to move a certain way because at that point, I see people are going to see it and as like, yo, what are you doing, Will? Like, this lady really violated by crossing boundaries with your son and her friend, which is crazy as hell. Regardless if you're in an open relationship or not, if you're in an open relationship, that's wild. Why would you mess with your son's friend? And then she has in you, and forget the just let's put the son's friends aside. You had me feeling inadequate. Like, you had me feeling less of a man compared to a dead nigga, bruh.
Oh my goodness.
And I came
I think,
before him.
I
Like,
think,
that
I
shit don't
think
even sit right with me, bro.
I think
He's able.
he didn't
Tupac
know.
was able to
He
act
didn't.
and do those things because I set the
He.
milestone for all these other people to do.
Uh.
You got, and it's
I feel what you're saying, but I mean, Will wasn't the first. I'm like, I mean, you had Ice-T doing some stuff before him, So like, I mean, Ice-T was getting roles too. It was rappers that did it, but I mean, him getting Fresh Prince took it to another level. I definitely
I'm not just talking about the
respect that.
shows. I'm more talking about like the as far as the awards and shit like that. So like,
It's like no, like that's well, like I mean, Ice-T wasn't getting the awards, but like I mean, I'm just saying he was in
yeah,
some pretty big shows too. Some rappers were doing it. It's
hmm
just it's just that Will was the first one to be accepted by white people.
because he had the overall. Oh, he can rap. He can do this. Ooh, he had the overall. So he did. Oh, he opened the door. Like everybody else did it. Yeah, we see y'all doing it. Cool. What? And then when he did, he opened the door. So it's almost like, and let's forget that. I'm gonna take that out. Let's just say, like, for real. I'm gonna just stick on top of you. Got me feeling inadequate to a dead man.
I don't listen, man.
That's
I
crazy to
think that
me.
he I think that he admitted to how he felt at the time. I don't
Hmm
I don't I don't think that he's still mad at Tupac almost 30 years later. I don't feel that. I just feel like the internet got a hold of that and it's just something to meme. And like I mean, first of all, I want to say
hmm
this. I respect Will for even keeping it real. Because a lot of people look at that and say, "Oh, that's some sucker shit, man. That was her friend. That's Tupac." And it's like, listen, I'm not saying that he right for it, but again, let's just be real. If your girl running around with Tupac, you know, like I mean, listen, I would hope that I would be secure, but more times than not, listen, like I mean, listen, man, that dude been dead almost 30 years, and females are still lusting over him 30 years later.
Right.
Imagine, imagine that dude in his prime. Of course, that's gonna dwell in your head. I'm not saying that him and Jada ever did anything, but let's just keep it real. As a man, that's gonna cross your mind, and especially knowing what we know now that he was writing all them letters to Jada, but I mean Jada said that she ain't know that he felt like that.
Yeah. See, the
So,
thing is, I feel like with me though is you can't really make somebody feel like I understand. I really understand what you're saying, and you're right. They probably Will and Jada are probably like Will probably he over the stuff, but as a celebrity and you get into your fans, your audiences, reporters, and we don't know none of that. When you bring that out, that is all new to us. So now we're seeing it as like this is wild as fuck. Like, and so we keep seeing you get hurt, look crazy, played, and shit happens and it's like, dang, man, it's like, why Will? It's like it's messing up people's way of how Will look. You know what I'm saying? How you carry yourself. We like, bro,
oh,
have a little respect in yourself a little bit more because it's making it look like Jada just really control the relationship. Like he has nothing. I'm not lying about that. I know you see that. That's how it's going. Cause
like no. I mean that perception is definitely out there because I mean let's just be real. People look at Will a certain type of way because he more carefree and he not always mad and he wasn't really rapping about I'm gonna do this and do that to you. Like he never portrayed himself a certain way. Like he always portrayed himself as I'm the preppy guy. Not the preppy guy, but you know what I'm saying.
I'm the
He
cool guy. He got a hipster vibe.
yeah, he never presented himself as a thug. Like he was always girls don't understand, get jiggy with it. All that type of
He
stuff.
was
Like
some yeah.
he always kept himself kind of positive. So people tend to think that he saw it. And then Jada came in, with that certain type of strong energy. Like she has like a very strong energy. So like
hmm
I mean, is it's kind of so people will naturally assume, oh, she don't want to run and everything. And listen, man, she could be. I don't know it, but they've been together almost 30 years. So I mean, obviously, it works for them. But to kind of go back to what Will said about feeling less than a man, like I mean, could she be doing that? Could that be her maybe saying something to him? Maybe. But I can tell you this from experience, man. Like sometimes you be beating yourself up. Like because like you be looking back, be like, man, like why did I, let that happen? Why did I let this slide?
You ain't never
And
lied.
you
I've been through that. Why'd I let that happen? You know what I'm saying? And that,
Yeah, like you just
it,
start to beat yourself up
yeah.
more than your woman, so that could be it too.
That definitely could be it too. And I feel like another thing that plays a part is really when they brought it out though. I feel like when they brought it out, what happened was is like we didn't know, they, like I said, nobody knew about it, so it's new to us. So if y'all bringing it to us, it's like, damn, okay,
Well, I mean, it
like,
was it was it was
how
it was
we just
rumors.
gonna
It was
perceive it, like what in the world's going on here? And then well, now you're a superstar, and all this stuff keeps happening, and we know what happened, and like it's crazy. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna say it's too crazy. It could be normal, but it's just when you got that much star power and we seen you in it, it's, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm, it's like you see somebody in a certain light and how a certain way, and then they're people, they're still human, they have their problems, and they look
correct.
wild, they look crazy. Me, I'm just saying, I feel still in this situation that like maybe he should have just told him chill on the jokes and holler him in the back, because you going up there and slapping him knowing dang well if that was another comedian, you probably would not have done that. You would not have done that. I don't think you would have done that. Like
Yeah, I mean,
it's some comedians that's really from that. Like, and I don't think you would have did that, Will. I feel like it's because it's Chris Rock. You know what I'm saying? And and somebody did a skit on that, and the skit was funny, but it had me thinking like it was RCDC World. Yeah,
yeah,
and they
yeah,
was
yeah,
like,
yeah.
he was like,
I
nah,
remember that.
where Will at? Where Will at? You know what I'm saying? They got me everybody hates Chris. They got me thinking as a joke. They always taking me as a joke. What if that's how he feel? It's been times I felt like that. People don't, man, I'm a funny guy, like, but like, and I'm serious. But sometimes people don't take people that's like naturally charismatic and funny super serious. And then when y'all do, he could have, for real, we don't know. Chris Rock could be in totally right and be like, bro, you out of pocket. We gotta catch a fade for that. We don't know. We don't know the full situation, so we only can really
Right,
go off what we see and what we know and the stuff before. So what I'm going off, what I've seen and what I know before is like, hey man, Will, why you do that? Like, she got you looking crazy right now. Like, you really got yourself looking crazy, but like also like it's really, you really had yourself looking crazy to people, because it's like you shouldn't even did that, bro. Because we don't
right.
think you would have did.
50-50.
We if you would have just told him, hey yo, chill. You know what I'm saying? Like it probably would have been
Right.
better. Now it looks wild. We don't. To me, it's either a deeper meaning. He looks
Yeah,
crazy.
which what it is.
Yeah, it's either deeper meaning to this, because behind the scenes in a relationship, which is probably true. Well, no, that is, it is. That's true. It is. But also, it looks crazy. So it can either look crazy. If it's really a deeper meaning behind it, and they have a relationship, and maybe he shouldn't said nothing he said, or something like something going on, which probably is. Yes, but your actions speak louder than words. So at that point, if it's deeper meaning, like I would, if that was in Will's shoes, I'm sorry, I probably wouldn't have did that. I ain't no probably. I wouldn't have did it, because one of my brain, I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna handle a situation like that because it's gonna make me look crazy, and people gonna be under. I really sometimes think about the situations before I do shit, and then on top of that, it was like, he might have, like you said, he might have been hot in the moment. Niggas tired. He's tired of it. He tired of it, and he just reacted. Sometimes that can get you or make you look wild. Like you could really be out of pocket, or then you look back on it and be like, damn, I shouldn't even did that. So like, I feel like he really shouldn't have slapped him, because now it's like we know you wouldn't have did that to other comedians, and on top of that, people are looking at it the same way as I'm looking at it. Like, yo, this, like you said, she messed with your son. She made you feel like less of a man. Like, and then
Son,
you said it,
son,
and you said
son,
in your
son
book,
friend,
and you
son's
said in
friend,
your
son
hold on,
friend, son's friend. Like you said, son's friend. Clear that up, please.
son's friend. Yeah.
So yeah,
What did
please,
I say?
yeah, please. No, like no, you said messing with your son. Like clear that up, please.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, my
Yeah,
fault. I'm
yeah,
just
yeah,
talking.
yeah,
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 yeah.
my
Please,
fault.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
That was that. Yeah, good look.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Please, yeah, please. Like we are not trying to catch a lawsuit, please.
She is not
Yeah,
messing with her son. She messing with her son friend. Like,
yeah.
and it just to us it looks like yo, like you know what I'm saying. But hopefully he does come. You know what? He will. I feel like they will come out later because they did all this talking. They'll be like, no, there's a deeper meaning behind it. But if it ain't no deeper, if he come out and say, yo, it really ain't no deeper meaning behind it, I was just defending my wife. Oh, we got a problem, Houston. Like seriously, because now it's like you defending her for what? And don't let me find out it ain't no deeper meaning, and he ain't even know like he was just joking and it really ain't no deeper meaning and you just wanted to do that and you feel like you were defending your wife because you tired of people making jokes. Bro, no. We're in an area now where people are going to make jokes and you got it. All you can do is really be much yourself and carefree and try to move the best way possible. And this is not a good move. So please, if I hope it's a deeper meaning because if it ain't, we
Well,
dropping bombs
what?
on him. People gonna drop bombs on him. Dead ass. And you know he gonna
Well, I
come out and
mean
explain it. You know he gonna come out and
that
explain it.
can happen regardless, though. Not to cut you off, but I mean, l- listen. I think that they in this position because personally they've been oversharing too much over the past few years. Like from his book to the whole entanglement situation. Because I just feel like, listen, I understand if you're trying to help people and be honest, and you can be honest. I have no issue with Will and Jada telling their truth. That's fine, but it's just almost like it's too much at times,
Yeah,
and
like
and
I mean,
and it's starting to backfire on them because even I mean I don't mean to keep on bringing this up because I'm pretty sure that they tired of hearing about it. I'm tired of talking about it, hearing about it myself. But the whole entanglement thing, like that, really made her look worse because I mean, let's just keep it real. I'm not saying that I agree with it, but there's real, but there's right and there's real. And just
right.
because I'm about to say what's real, don't mean that I agree with it. When a
Hmm.
woman cheats, society as a whole looks at it different. Men and women do too. It's just most of them won't admit it publicly because they gonna hold their girl down. But there's this narrative that I don't agree with personally. But there's this narrative that basically cheating is supposed to be beneath the woman. That's not a character trait that a woman should have. That's not honorable for a
You know
woman
why
to do.
that? You know why that is? Because and because okay, let's start. That goes to how the design of a man is made from ages ago. Because like men have always had multiple wives within kingdoms and queens. Men's always had the power to do. They have
Ah,
I know. I'm listen, but like history repeats itself, and it's important that you bring this up. You saying I understand that, but it's important because at that point, if men have always done that since the beginning of time, and history repeats itself, then that's not going to change, and that's before even things got established and before kings and queens and stuff like that. So basically, with that comes down to that might be in our nature. So that's why people look at it as when a woman cheats, it's like even though she has the right to cheat, but the way Jada did it, or I don't even, she might not even cheat. It might be an open relationship. But no, wait,
yeah.
your friend's son, though. That's the crazy part.
What up?
So now it's
I'm
considered
I'm
as you in an open relationship and it's your
yeah,
friend's
it is what
son.
it
Now
is.
it's
I
like
ain't touching that.
you, oh no, you cheating. That's wild. You know what I'm saying? So at that point, Jada probably just didn't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? And like, I don't know.
Well, I mean, he was just there too. Like not like I mean, listen, let's just be real. Most of the people that we hang out with, hook up with, whatever, it's just a simple matter of convenience. I'm not saying that was her case, but I'm just doing reasoning in my mind because listen, how it all started at first. Like you might look at somebody like, oh man, like they ain't too much of nothing, but then you be like, oh, okay, I've been around them a little bit. They're not that bad to be like, oh, okay, no, like they look kind of good. Just how that process started.
hmm
But I mean, but no, to kind of go back to what you were saying, I feel that point, but then it also depends, like I mean, listen, if you want to have multiple women, that's I'm not here to judge and put people down. The only thing I would say is this, and listen, I'm not gonna stay on this too long. it's just as men, we gotta have a certain level of discipline as well. Because listen, man, it's a lot of dudes that got cases that is it's a lot of dudes that having all these kids and all type of stuff because they not disciplined. They ended up in messed up situation because they not disciplined. I'm not saying not to have fun. Like, listen, man, live your life. But but I mean like this
Mhm.
whole thing just running through so many to where
Right.
like to the point to where you don't remember when somebody accused you of something and you be like, man, like she accusing me, bro. I don't think I hit her, but maybe I did. Did I?
Yeah.
I don't know. So like I mean, we just gotta have discipline. And like I mean, listen, man, again, people and listen, I know it's easier said than done, but people just gotta be honest with themselves above all. Because because I mean, a lot of times we be talking about oh no, be lying to the girl, but bro, but you be lying to yourself as well. I'm not saying that's the case for Will and Jada. I don't know what they got going on,
Mhm.
but just in general that we have to do better. But no, but to kind of but to get back to Will and Jada, that backfired on her because again, in this society that we're in, when a woman cheats, it's just I'm not saying it's right, but unfortunately, by most of society, including women, it's looked down upon. Is
Mo-
it's looked down
It's looked down. It's looked
as
down
as
upon
you as
because
you like as you supposed to know better and don't stoop down to the level of the man. The man just can't control himself.
right.
Okay, that's fine, but then like you got to deal with when it come your way.
Hmm. And I'm gonna say this as men, it's hard for us to deal with that. And but can I tell you why why people like people look down upon it? Because like okay,
Oh, sure.
all the conversations now, and I'm glad you said discipline because that goes both ways. Because I feel like in some situations when you go back to Will and Jada, um, her messing with her son's friend, that's discipline. You see what I'm saying? Like, yo, you look good, but yo, this is my son's friend. He connected. That's discipline. But I feel like the reason why when women get cheat and they look down upon it because if you go back to if you think about how a modern woman should be, and I'm pretty sure
Uh
modern women
oh.
were.
Uh
I feel
I'm not
like
in this.
modern like no, I'm not even. It's not even like it's just really is. If you see all the talks about it and it makes sense, it's like you got modern day women and modern day men. Now, if you think about
Okay.
how modern one the word, what's the word? Like an old school man or an old school woman where women were more taught to be have more self-esteem, act like a lady, be respectful, you know what I'm saying? Same for men, be a gentleman, be a man, lead, provide, do whatever. So women want that,
Correct.
men want that. So
Correct.
when we see these modern day women act like that and we see modern day men do all the wild stuff they do. It's just like it's just a cycle. You know what I'm saying? But that's why when women cheat, they look down because really, for ages, like until like I don't know when the modern things start to happen. I can't say that. I don't really remember. But the thing is, if you look at like how the women before they had more class and stuff like that, and they did move better. If they cheated, like they probably did some wild stuff, but like I don't know, it's just that's what it
They
is.
did definitely.
They
They
did,
they
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 did.
did. There's no
I'm pretty sure they
like
did,
like
but
like
I don't know, maybe just because it's out in the open, you know.
that's all it is, man. Like I mean, listen, man. Even I'm not gonna put none of my people's business out there, but like I'm just saying, man. If we were to really look at our grandparents, our grandparents, man, listen, like they was way wilder than us, man. If you were to really go back in that time and really, find out some stories about like who grandma, granddad was, uncle, whoever.
Hmm.
Like man, like man, like you would hear some of the wildest stories that would make us look tame. I just feel like the difference now
It's open.
is that what am I trying to say?
Internet and social media.
The internet, social media, number one, but number two, we don't have like let let me say this. Self esteem has been an issue throughout all time. So like I mean, I'm not buying this whole thing of with our generation and all that type of stuff. I think I think that our generation is, more crippled by it because now we hear everybody's opinion, but self-esteem has always been an issue. Period. It's just men from the 50s, the 60s, 70s, they were better at hiding it because back then, you couldn't excuse me, you couldn't you couldn't show no weakness. If you
Show
if
no
you
weakness.
showed if you showed any emotion, you was called soft and all type of other names, and you weren't going to be, chosen like in life, period. So
Still a
so I
problem
mean
though, because like if
the
some men
go
they show weaknesses, right? I heard people talk about this, and there's men that feel like this. Some and then when they look at Jay Will and Jada's situation, like when the
like a
man,
trigger for him.
yeah, it shows we show vulnerability to the person or female that we trust. Some women can backfire that on you. That's why some men still don't show their emotions. You know what I'm saying? Because then they can be like, "Oh man, nah, you acting like," even if they don't do it subconsciously when we not around. It's some people I've been there where I'm like, man, this girl probably think about like, that's what it is. Sometimes that's how we see Will and Jada. It's like, yo, he opened up to her, and now like what did Kodak say? I gave you all the ways and showed you all the ways to hurt me. You know what I'm saying? And next to that, and that really resonated with me when I heard that line, and
Right.
that's probably how what people look at it. Like his business, she know his business. Maybe they got past it. Maybe it's a deeper meaning. But the way y'all carry yourselves, and this is very important. This is why people get mad at both of them. The way they're carrying themselves and going the way about it is it ain't good. And you said something real serious too. Discipline, and they're way too open. Like this is no longer just an open relationship. This is like it's a out there relationship. You know what I'm saying? It's out there. We damn near know almost know. We probably know some shit that we shouldn't even be knowing if you really think about it. Like, and I feel like they should have kept it private. I feel like they really should have had kept that private, and just dealt with it on their own. Talk to their little therapists and whatever. And that's why sometimes I look at this and I look at these crazy acts Wills get into, and I be like, is this all? Because they celebrities, so I'm like, they always gonna be a big name. But I'm like, are they doing this on purpose because of attention? Did they plan this, or is it really? I don't know. I just be thinking about it in that way because I'm like, it's Hollywood. Like they Hollywood. You don't know what's going on. For real, for real. That whole slap could have been a setup. We don't
Oh, oh, definitely. I wouldn't rule that out though, because I mean, man, it's so much stuff going on. But like I said, in the end, I just feel like they they've been the butt of jokes for the past almost 2 years,
2 years.
and they just tired of hearing about it. Everybody making memes and everybody, because at first the jokes were just on the internet, like which I'm pretty sure weighed on them. I'm
Oh,
pretty sure it did. But at the same time, once you start having people ask you about it on the red carpet, now it's kind of like, oh
hmm
no, this is really becoming a problem.
but
Like,
that's the problem though, because like you said, with their power, money, and stature of where they at in the superstardom area, like the Hollywood area, it's like, yeah, let's go open about it. You know what I'm saying? Get everything out on the table. Bad, really, that's low key for real. That's a bad idea to me because now you let the whole world into your business, and then it's gonna get to a
yeah,
point where nobody, like you said, where nobody's gonna not stop. We're not gonna stop talking about it. We're not, because then even when it dies down, you still got the references and the jokes, and then bow, something like this happens, we right back at it. I just think, what is crazy? I don't know if you shared that or no. I don't know who shared it better. It was like, I'm not impressed, Will. Tupac with a shotty. I was crying. I was
uh,
like,
but see,
yo,
look, but those type of I said it to you, but no, but I mean, but those are type of memes though, man. That's just been getting, like the memes been weighing on them. But then again, like I said, when they went on that red carpet, and when Laverne asked them that question, then it's like, oh wait a minute, people in Hollywood start to feel comfortable asking us this question. Okay. And then, listen, man, I believe that she really is sensitive about losing her hair because, like, she did have a whole episode where she kind of talked about like like how tough it's been for her, so she's basically had to go bald, you know. But I mean, I think that she still look good though,
Yeah, but yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like she still look good. It might affect her if she
But
wants
that
hair and
but
stuff.
that
But
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 that's
remember, Jada, you
but
are
that's
a
tough
black.
though.
You are. It is tough. It's very tough. But remember,
That's
Jada.
tough, man.
Me
Because I
saying this
mean,
to Jada, she's a black woman, and in African people, there's black African women that are bald and they still look beautiful from the
oh
beginning.
yeah, definitely. But
So that's
but
the
that but
very
that's a
culture.
tough
So
that's a tough thing though, man. Cause
it's
let
a
me
tough,
go
yeah, because
bald,
a
bro.
woman's hair
I'm
is
I'm
very
I'm gonna
important.
be
Yeah.
like nah, bro. Shit, like I mean, shit, like let me go bald, bro. I'm gonna be fucked up. I'm gonna be pissed.
I'm gonna
I'm
be
not gonna
salty
lie.
too. I'm gonna be salty too.
That
But I feel
that,
like for
that
men,
like
I feel
that's
like
what
for
I'm
men,
saying.
us men though, it's easier to accept because we can already cut our
Definitely.
hair low. For a woman, it's like, yeah, I lost my powers. You know what I'm
Oh
saying?
yeah, oh yeah, because I mean, so much identity,
Yeah,
like expression is
right.
tied
And because with men,
into a woman's
right,
hair, right?
right. And for women, I mean, for men, we go bald, we can just grow a beard. You know what I'm saying? That women, they go bald, they have to tap into their a whole nother level of inner beauty. You see what I'm saying? And that's why she's always been
Right.
strong, and that's why I feel like she shouldn't let that bother her. You know, and uh, you
Like yeah,
know,
but that's easier said than done. Like when the whole world, and like I mean, listen, I haven't really heard anybody clowning her about being bald or
me
like that.
either.
Like pretty much is like pretty much everything just been Tupac jokes, all I've
Mhm,
seen.
mhm. So like,
Like, but.